So good afternoon students, welcome back to my class. So I hope you all are doing good, isn't it? So I'm also doing good and things are going well. And also in your last class, what did we learn? Try to remember. So in your last class we have learned about sources of food, okay, in your last lesson. So today we'll be learning something called components of food. So I want you to take out your science textbook before I discuss and turn to page number 12. Okay, this is the one. So you should take out the science book and then come to this page number 12. Okay. Alright. So we'll be discussing about components of food. So when I say components of food, what do you mean by this called components? Components is simply means it is part or elements of the whole. Okay. So components is a part or element of the whole. Suppose this is the food. So some things are present in the food, isn't it? For example, this is the food. This is the entire food, and here some components are present here. Alright, so these are the parts. In one food, not only one component present, there are different types of components present in some kinds of food. So this chemicals, or say this this parts of the foods which contains, that we are going to study in this topic. Okay, and you know what is food? What is food, isn't it? It is the nutritious substances which humans or animals we eat or drink, or say plants they absorb for the survival of life. Okay. Okay, so in your last lesson, you also learned about nutrients, isn't it? What is nutrients? Nutrients are the chemical substances present in where? Present in food which is required for our body. Okay? So now we will study a little more about nutrients. Nutrients are the chemical substances. So these are the components. Okay? In other words, this nutrients, the chemical substances, these are the components which present in the food. So we will study more deeply about nutrients. Okay. So let's see. So nutrients are of different types, or say they are grouped into different classes. So which we are going to study here. So this is the nutrients, for example. Nutrients. Okay. These nutrients are grouped into different classes. The first one we have is carbohydrates. Carbohydrates. And the next one is fats. This is very common word to use, isn't it? And the next is proteins. And the next is vitamins. Next is vitamins. And the last one is minerals. Okay? The last one is minerals. So today we will be discussing about what? So today we will be discussing about this, and this fats, proteins, vitamins and minerals we will be discussing in the following classes. Step by step we will go ahead. And then, but in spite of all this, apart from these nutrients, types of nutrients, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this 5 nutrients, we also need 2 things. What are they? They are water and roughers. Water. Okay, water and roughers. How do you use it? Discuss in more details about carbohydrates, right? Carbohydrates. Okay. So carbohydrates we'll study more about this called carbohydrates. Okay. So these are what? These are the components of food, or say type of nutrients. So these are the components of food, and mainly they are sugars and starch. They are sugars and starch. Okay, sugars and starch. All right, sugars and starch. So now you will see sugar. So as I said, sugars and starch. So sugars, what does it function to our body? It provides energy. So these sugars, it provides energy. How it provides? Immediately. Okay? Immediately guys, to provide energy. Okay? For example, like when you are very hungry and you are exhausted after attending so many classes. So you somewhere you got banana and you ate. So after eating immediately you feel like energetic, isn't it? You get energy by eating banana. So banana contains sugar. Okay? And the next, let's see about starch. How about this now? Sugars and starch. This starch. So they also provide energy, but more slowly when we compare to sugars. Provide energy, they also provide energy, but more slowly than what? More slowly than sugar. Okay? Alright, so now let's see a few examples of food containing carbohydrates. Alright. Food containing carbohydrates, or say sources of carbohydrates. Food sources of carbohydrates. Alright, this will be perfect to say. So let's see here. So you can see in your textbook also. Can you see here? Right here some sources of carbohydrates. You can see here sugar, maize, rice, wheat and potatoes, isn't it? Also you can see here, yeah, rice, wheat, potatoes, bananas, bread, sugar are good sources of carbohydrates. And let's see. You have heard about balanced diet, you know, isn't it? So every day we should eat only certain amount of food, or say we only need certain amount of this nutrients, or say chemical substances, you know, which are present in the body, and this one we get it from food. So what happens? We should have some limit, you know, while taking up this. I'm sorry about this. Okay, so we should have certain limit, isn't it? Our body requires. So our body requires only to a certain quantities, isn't it? Certain quantities of nutrients, let's say. Okay, we only need certain quantities of food every day, or say nutrients every day. So what happens? Sometimes if we like the food more, so we tend to eat extra, isn't it? More than what we require. That happens quite common to us, or say especially me also. So this happens. So what happens? What will happen when we consume over, like, you know, I should say overeating, or say over consuming of these nutrients than required by our body? So this extra food, or say excess nutrients, will be stored as a fats. Okay. All right. So all right. So now I will give you a few examples of sugar-containing food. Sugar-containing food. Okay. Can you guess, or can you recollect few sugar-containing foods? And you can also, you know, try writing down sugar containing sugar. Corn sugar. Then what else? Glucose, honey. Glucose and honey. Okay, this all contains sugar. These are the sugar containing food. Alright. So let's see again stars. Stars containing food now. Stars containing food. Okay. Stars containing food. So what are the example here? Rice, very common, which we eat every day, isn't it? Mostly some people they like to eat rice almost every meal, like lunch or dinner. Commonly we eat mostly rice. Okay. So what is this? Mashed potatoes. This also. And what else? Potatoes. And what else? Oats. If you like oats, you know, some of them they like oats very much. So you should know what it is contains. It contains starch. So alright. So this is all about carbohydrates we have discussed today, and in the next we will be discussing about fats. Thank you.